a bad day story. So Mrs. Pons has graciously agreed to be the person I interview about her bad day. Mrs. Pons, you told me that recently you had a really bad day.
Yes.
And so what was the very first thing that let you know this wasn't going to be a perfect day?
Well, I woke up, it was a Saturday morning, so you think that's going to make it perfect. But I woke up and my back, I must have slept wrong. I had this kink in my back and I just was unable to move.
And so why didn't you just stay in bed?
Well, because my husband had a baseball game, a church baseball game later that day, and the boys, I have my two boys with me, they love going to see their dad play. So he was like, remember, I have a game. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to try my best. And the boys were so excited, so I couldn't let them down.
Okay, so were you able to get out of the house right away?
No, it took me a long time. I had to get my 4 and 3-year-old to dress themselves, which is, if you have a 4 and 3-year-old, you know that's never an easy feat. So always crying involved, and the wrong shoes, and the outside shirt, and all that fun stuff. And so we did make it out of the house. It seemed to take me like 30 minutes longer than normal.
Okay, so you went to the game and you were able to watch the game.
No, I got to the game and I had this fear in my heart that I had already missed it. But I was going anyway. I was determined to make it. So I get there and I'm pulling into the field, and I see my husband and his team walking off the field, and I'm thinking, this is not good. And they all are coming towards the cars, and so I'm driving and I park beside my husband's car, and by that time my husband's at my car and he says, hey, we're done.
You missed the game.
I missed it, the whole thing.
And then what happened?
Well, then the boys, of course, heard and started screaming, as 4 and 3-year-olds do, because they got let down and they didn't get to see their dad play. And then we turned around and went back home.
Oh, wow. That is a bad day. All right, so I have improv performers over to my left. They are going to, Mrs. Pons, they're going to recreate the movie version of your bad day.
Yep.
But we're going to do it in a slightly different way. So, performers, are you ready to take the stage and the play space and show us this bad day? On the floor, yeah. Audience, are you ready to see Mrs. Pons' bad day? Yeah! All right, so look to your left and your right. Bring the attention of everyone in the room to the actors. They don't have microphones, so they're gonna have to speak as loud as they can, so as quiet as we can be for them, that would be great. You guys can go ahead and hit the floor down there. You're gonna perform down on the space down there. Yeah. All right, so we've divided this up into 2 groups. Group 1 is going to show the 60-second version of that story. When you are ready, 3, 2, 1, begin.
Oh, what's wrong? Well, don't forget I have a baseball game today. Since my back is hurting, I'm going to trust that you can get dressed by yourself. 3 and 4, you should be able to know how to do that now. Okay? So, here's your clothes. And here is your clothes. Baseball game! Baseball game! Baseball game! Baseball game! 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Are you guys ready? Yeah. Well, your jackets is out. Okay. Your shoes on and on feet. Okay. I guess we're going. Let's go.
And that's a game. All right, good job, guys. So that's the 60-second version. Our second team is going to come down. They're going to be a lot louder than the first team. And they're going to show you the 30-second version of that story. 30 seconds, Mrs. Pond's Bad Day. Here we go.
Well, don't forget, I have a baseball game, and, hopefully we're going to win. 20 seconds.
Here, you gotta get dressed by yourselves. I trust you. Trust you to get dressed.
8 seconds.
Baseball game.
Alright, let's get in the car. Come on, let's go get in the car. Here's your seatbelt. Let's get in the car.
Baseball game.
You missed it. You missed it.
And that's a game. All right, good job. That was 30 seconds. All right, one more. This is the 15-second story. 15-second story. So do the same story.
What?
Same story, but we're going to see it in 15 seconds. So you can't fit the state of California in the space of Rhode Island. So they're going to have to cram a lot of information in a small amount of space. Are you guys ready? 15 seconds begins right now.
Well, I have the baseball game. You gotta come. They're gonna be disappointed.
8 seconds.
Baseball game. Go, go, go.
5 seconds.
I can't do that because you said I can reach
2 seconds.
or I could just. You missed it.
And that's a game. Good job.